Hi, everyone, and welcome to For the Love of the Map. I'm your host, Julia, aka Sweet Tea.
I'm your host, Marla, and together we are your nonstop connection to everything supernatural.
With 2.5 years of experience and over 8,000 combined workout sessions, we test it all so you can get right to the fun.
Hello, Julia.
Hi, Marla.
How's it going?
It's going good. How are you today?
Pretty good.
See,
It is
you
Monday.
responded.
I did. I didn't just skip right over it.
It is Monday, which, if the audience doesn't know, we record these podcasts on Monday.
We do. Record on Mondays, get it all together, and then publish for Wednesdays.
Right. That's our jam.
That's the way we do the things.
Yep.
Our workflow.
Well, you have something exciting to tell us. But wait, you have to say the thing first.
Yeah. Do you know what I want to talk about today?
What do you want to talk about today, Marla?
I got to meet one of my supernatural besties in person, in real life, give her a hug, see her bright, beautiful face. It was very early in the morning. It was a surprise, but I got to see Yolanda. We call her Yoli.
Yoli.
Yes, I call her Sunshine because she is just
a ray of sunshine.
She really, truly is such a ray of sunshine.
And those who don't know her, she is the Tutu Tuesday ninja, Yoli ninja lady. She puts out videos on a lot of Tuesdays, not every Tuesday.
Most Tuesdays.
She's amazing.
She is. And it was so awesome to meet her in person, and it makes me want to meet all of my supernatural friends and go to like some sort of convention or meetup or something. How amazing would that be?
A supernatural convention. Oh, my mind can just go wild thinking about that.
Dude,
actually,
I've already planned it. I've already planned it in my mind. Okay. Like the coaches are there. There are different like classes or workshops you can take with different coaches. We could teach people how to make side-by-side videos.
That would be amazing.
I mean, there would be so many cool things that could happen.
When I work out, I oftentimes, this is one of the things I think about. Not only do I think about what if I was in the middle of Walmart doing this and people could see me. I know that's really weird. But one of the other things I think about is what would a convention be like? The people that we would get to meet, not only the athletes, there's so many athletes. Like one day you and I are going to have a podcast where we are sitting in the same room with each other. It's going to happen one day. It's going to be amazing.
That would be really rad.
We probably wouldn't even be able to podcast. We couldn't even act right. So
no, definitely not.
But to be able to meet other athletes that we've known, some people for me for 3 years, you know, and to be able to meet coaches, choreographers.
And yes, I was about to say, people. I want to meet behind the scenes people. I want to see the whole filming process. But, you know, I get that Supernatural is probably a little guarded about sharing some of that stuff. But like, give me all the behind the scenes stuff. I want to know how things are done, how they edit everything together for the workouts, the choreography team. I have 1,052,000 questions. And I also have lots of hugs for them because I'm a hugging kind of person.
Well, and that's what we're here for. For the love of the map.
Yeah.
If people don't know, I mean, I guess we've never really explained this. The map is the choreography.
Yeah, the mapping, the choreography. Exactly.
Mapping. So that's what we're here for.
Exactly. Because while we were friends before our love affair with mapping came to be, I suppose, that's really what got us hanging out together all the time and why we wanted to work out together all the time, because we wanted to experience workouts and talk about the mapping. And and this will be kind of fun. We should tell the people how this sort of started. Julie and I would join group parties with lots of other people. And we would start talking about the choreography and workouts, and we'd sort of take over the party, and everyone else would be
Yeah.
quiet. And we'd realize, oh, shoot, we've sort of taken over the party about talking about this hit or that hit or this workout and that. And, everyone else is kind of focused on their day or their family or their
Yeah.
life. And we're like,
Yeah.
so we have blinders on. We're talking about mapping.
That's right. And they got quiet, and we realized that we were the only ones talking. And we were like, oh, they're not talking about this stuff with us. We have taken over parties talking about things that people are like, I don't even know what they're talking about or why
I just
this
get
is
in the
important
headset.
to them.
Right.
Yeah.
And so someone suggested, hey, why don't you guys do your own sort of like party and open it up? And we did. We hosted a party. It was like a Sunday party where the focus was just to talk about choreography, the maps. And it was open to anyone, and people would join, and we would pick the workouts. We would do all the same workouts and chat about them. And so that's how For the Love of the Map happened, because that's what we called it.
Right.
And Julie and I just talk so much about choreography and about mapping. And, we had previously discussed starting a podcast about Supernatural
a year and a half ago, which is insane.
Insane, right?
And I was like, yeah, that would be cool. That would be fun, but that's not for me. I always said, okay, but I never imagined that we would be doing it. And then one day you're like, but we are.
But we are, yeah.
Go buy your stuff. And I'm like,
go get your stuff.
What?
It was when I put the deadline for the date that we were going to put a podcast up. She was like, what? Okay.
Yeah.
And I was researching things, and I just kept telling you, okay, go get this, go do this.
Yeah.
And
go watch this video or go do.
today.
Yeah. You got me all prepped.
Yes, I had to get you all prepped. It took a while of constantly being, Julia, we're going to start a podcast. And you're like, yeah, sure. Okay. Right on that. But it happened so quickly. We got it together. And here we are.
It did. It happened really fast. And we got it. And how is this episode 6?
Is it?
Yes.
Wow. So much. Oh, wow. It's going by so quick. See,
it is.
Time makes no sense to me.
And the craziest thing is I love this.
Me too.
I love that we get to do this, but we talked about choreography with each other in parties, but to be able to sit here with each other and really discuss this and put this out for other people to see and hear is so exciting, and it's creative. Yes. And it gives us a space for our voices to be heard. And, because in those parties, you could tune us out if you didn't want to hear it. But here you're choosing to click and listen.
And listen to us. And we appreciate that so very much. We do. Thank you.
It's very exciting. So
another really exciting thing that's come from this podcast is our Facebook community. It's small, and to hear everyone's takes on the episodes or coming in and starting conversations based on something we said, but when they come in there and want to talk about a workout, or like, I never really noticed this before, but now that you mentioned it, I'm paying attention to it. Yeah. And this is my thoughts on blah, 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 blah. And it makes me so happy.
Well, we've brought light to these things that people, the maps and the just things about even the workouts and things that people never really saw or knew or paid attention to. So, I mean, I didn't at first.
Well, and I was about to say,
2020 maps were good.
I don't know. Well, they were at the time, Julie. They were good at the time.
At the time.
I don't know if this is a good or a bad thing, because I know we have a friend, and she curses at me sometimes. She's like, God, Marla, now all I do is pay attention to choreography, and it's just not the same, you know? But at the same time, it brings her joy to start paying attention and noticing things and how certain movements make her move.
You ruined some of her old favorite workouts that she liked, and now she goes into them and she sees them in a different light, and she doesn't feel about them the way. Which we have talked about how things could be opposite and backwards of that. Yes. You can go in and hate something, and then that actually happened this week. We'll talk about that when we talk about the workouts of the week. But you can go in and really not like something, and then go back in because your friends were like, what? And you're allowed to not like what you don't like,
Of
but
course.
you can go back in and be like, wait a minute. That actually
Right.
was good. Must have been in a bad mood that day.
Mood really does affect it. I'm telling you, mood
Yeah.
totally affects it. Or if you're in a party with a group of people, sometimes you and I will get in a party and do a new workout.
Mm-hmm.
And you'll say, I don't like this move. And I'll be like, yeah, I guess I don't like this move either. But then if I do it alone, I'm like, no, Julie, you're wrong. Or vice versa. Or, I'll start really paying attention. I'm like, oh, okay. Why do you like this move? What
Yeah.
is it? And you're like, it gets my abs. Like, that's Julia's favorite saying. It
Yeah.
gets my abs. It
I
gets my
love
abs.
it
I
when it
love
gets
that
my
it gets
abs.
my abs.
Yes. Yes.
And so then I start paying attention. I'm like, oh, okay, you're right. It does get, okay, I see why. So your mood and who you're around and what's going on in your life can
Yep.
definitely alter the
It's
way
very
you
true.
perceive a workout.
Very true.
Yeah.
Very true. What you have
But
going on in your life?
exactly. And back to a convention. Why haven't they
Oh,
done that?
we need a convention so
We really
bad.
need one. And I know there's groups, offshoot groups, unofficial community groups that offer get-togethers and things like that. And that's
Mm-hmm.
great. I'm glad those are around. But an official one? Like,
Where
would
would
you
you
like
want it? Do you think it needs to be centrally located or does it need to be in LA or not LA, California or wherever, you
I
know?
mean, centrally located would be ideal. However, it would make sense for if Supernatural was going to do one and host one, it would make sense to have it there
Yeah.
locally for them.
Yeah.
But if they want some help from the community, Julia and I are for hire. We will help you for free. Just bring us out there, and
Only
we'll
Marla. Only Marla.
we're gonna, Julie's like, only Marla. Don't
More
listen to him.
people. Okay.
Yes, we will help you plan and organize it, please,
Well,
because there's so many cool, and I bet tons of people would come, especially if it was put on by Supernatural official.
yeah, I think
You know,
so. Mm-hmm.
yeah, I do. I think it would be so fun.
It would be
Lots of
so
cool
fun.
things.
It would
Mm-hmm.
be. Yeah. I
Yeah.
think they definitely should think about it. And I mean, it could get crazy depending on what kind of things they offered. And the first thing of whatever you do, though, is always a learning experience.
Oh,
So
100%. 100%.
I'm sure if they ever did one, I hope that it's in their sights maybe one day, but
Maybe.
it definitely will be a learning experience for everyone involved if
Mm-hmm.
they had one to find
Definitely.
out what did well, what didn't do well, but just to get everyone together as a community and to get to meet people that are just everyday people. Even the
Yeah.
coaches, they're just
Right.
normal people, just
They are
like us
normal
that have
people.
normal lives.
Right.
But to get to meet those people and just talk to them and the coaches are in the community, but they're people in Supernatural that we don't get to see or know about. And I just think it
Right.
would be cool to be like, oh, you do this, and
I think I would be completely starstruck to meet the choreographers who have mapped my favorite workouts.
yes.
Like to be in person with them and be like, oh, you're the one who did that song? Oh my gosh.
Mhm.
Like I would have can I bring you cookies? Cause I would be so starstruck. I don't know. I would be very nervous and probably bright, bright red, but
I
I
would
think
be
it would be
nervous
exciting.
too. Yeah,
I
I
mean,
agree. I would be starstruck to meet the choreographers, coaches. Like it would be, I would be very nervous, but I would be so excited, and I'm sure that whatever kind of convention, if it was a weekend or a day, it would go by so fast, and you would
too
probably
fast.
feel like what just happened to me,
Yes.
when it was all over with. But oh, we need a convention now. I want one so
Right.
bad, just sitting and talking about it. Mm.
It was just so awesome to meet Yoli in person. Um, we've both been sort of having similar hardships at the same time. And
Mhm.
for her to unexpectedly just drive by my house and be like, hey, can I come by? I'm like, of course you could. Yes,
Didn't
come
you find
on.
out that morning? She
I
texted you
did.
that
I
morning?
did. She's like, I don't know if you're busy. And I'm like, even if I was busy, I would cancel. Like, and I sent her my address and she was like, I already got your address. I was like, oh yeah, you do. Because she had asked for it for something else. And yeah, she came by. It was great. It was so nice to hug her and talk to her, chat in person. We could have
Yeah.
spent all day chatting. It would have been amazing. I wouldn't have got anything done, and either would she, and it would have been perfect. It would have been a perfect day.
Yeah. I love that you guys got to meet, and I love when other athletes get to meet each other. And it
Mm-hmm.
just makes Supernatural even more real.
Yeah.
That you get to meet people in the community and get to know people better. And I'm sure it was it went by very fast, but it was
It
also
really
kind of
did.
surreal in a
It
way.
was, yes.
I mean, even though we know Yoli is real, you actually got to hug her neck.
Yeah, I was staring at her at one point as she was talking, and I was just staring and thinking, I see her picture all the time. I
Yeah.
talk to her in parties. We've even done video chats, like the three of us, and I'm just thinking, she's right here in front of me. And at one point,
Yeah.
I wanted to touch her cheek because she has this nicest skin. It
Mm-hmm.
is just lit from within, just nice.
Yeah.
And anyway, so she's probably going to hear this and be like, "Well, I wanted to touch her."
Marla
Like,
is really
are
weird, and
you
I'm never
real?
going to her. I'm never going to her house again.
No, man.
You won't ever hear from
I'm in.
Yoli again.
Yeah, she's like, okay, delete contact.
Oh,
Yeah, it was
man.
great. It was great. And I hope that I get that experience with you and others.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because for all of us who work out every day in Supernatural and who engage in the community, we see these people every
Yeah.
single day,
Yeah. I mean, you make friends, you make connection. I mean,
Yeah.
kind of back to the community. These are people, I mean, I hang out with a lot of you guys and talk to, our handful of our group that we have almost every single day,
Right.
and just to be able to really make that connection further than just typing to somebody or, even video chatting so you can eat a really spicy cheese ball.
Oh gosh, no reminders. Yes, we ate a super, super spicy cheese ball.
Yeah.
Me and a friend Corey did it on video once. I don't even know all the things, but it's really high in Scoville ratings and it was crazy. And then my 11-year-old daughter walked in at the end and she's like, really? I want to do it. And I'm like, are you sure? And she just ate it on camera for everyone. I was like, oh gosh.
Ooh.
And then Julia's husband was watching and he's like, I want to order some of these. Why didn't you get me some? So he did it and then Julia did it. It was great.
That was so hot. And I will never, ever eat one ever again.
And you're not like
ever
a super fan of spicy food.
Well, I do actually like spicy, but that spicy, that is not a fun, enjoyable spicy. I mean, I'll eat a jalapeno or something, but I'm not eating that ever again. And my son, he's funny. This is totally not about Supernatural, but he's always like, somebody will come over, you want a cheese ball? And I'm like, son, this is not a cheese ball that we just offer people without telling them what it is. You don't do this.
Awesome.
He wanted to take them to school. Yeah.
Yeah. You would be getting a phone call. He would be in so much
more
trouble.
than one phone call.
Like, you don't touch those cheese balls with your fingers. Mm-mm. Like, you need to use a toothpick to get them because you would be setting your face and all the things on fire if you touch them.
Now, Corey, he was just popping them, right? And my husband,
he ate quite a few.
Pop them.
Well, this is the thing. It's like training, right? For Supernatural and people who do huge weeks or marathon type sessions, they train for it. They don't just get in there on day one and do a whole bunch of highs back to back. Well, it's the same thing with the spicy things.
That's
and
true.
Corey eats spicy things.
Does.
He's kind of trained for it.
That's a good segue into training. I really like this topic.
And it's perfect timing because someone in the community had a really, really big week last week. 2 people, actually. They had 100K weeks.
So inspiring. That's crazy.
You heard that. They did 100,000 worth of points last week.
That's
As someone who has
determination,
done that once before,
dedication.
it is
Yeah.
a lot of time.
Yeah.
And you have to train for it. You have to prepare your body for it. Like
Yeah.
for me, I trained for, almost a month. I upped my protein. I made sure my hydration was in check.
Yep.
You know, I ignored life for a whole week. It
You
was great.
definitely have to know that
You,
it's
yeah.
like for me, it would be in summer when my kids were at camp.
And
And
that's what happened
yeah.
to me. My
Yeah.
partner was out of town. My daughter was not here. It was like a week. I didn't have work. Like, what am I going to do?
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to do 100. And I planned for it. And I broke it into sessions. I did 3
Mm-hmm.
different sessions throughout the day. Yes, it was about 5 to 6 hours a day, but I broke it down.
Well, and you couldn't go in there and like full power everything
No,
either.
and this was so fun. It was a huge experiment for me. I
Mm-hmm.
learned so much about form that week because I really concentrated on lower body movements. And making sure I wasn't killing my shoulders and my
Yeah.
arms, but I
Yeah.
ended up really killing my legs. They were very
Bet
sore,
you were.
much sore. They were way sore. But I went to cryotherapy. Like I had a whole
Well, that's what I was going to ask.
plan.
What did you do for your muscles other
Oh
than
yeah,
just
I
the
went to
protein, the water?
cryotherapy. Yeah, I
Okay.
was doing ice baths. I got a massage twice that week. Like I had a plan. I didn't
So
just go in there.
it was
It
serious. You
it was
didn't you took
just
it
like
very
any other,
serious.
yeah,
Yeah.
just like any other athlete who's doing a big thing like a marathon or
Mm-hmm.
crazy Ironman stuff. People train for and that's what I did
Yeah.
and I'm pretty sure that anyone who does 100K week does something very similar.
You'd have to.
Um you
Because
have
my
to.
highest week is, I believe, 30K. And I was sore. I mean, that was a
Yeah,
lot for me. I mean, I'm a pretty high points person.
you
I
are.
haven't been as much here in the last month or two, but I try to aim for 20K and just getting up to that 10 more K a week. Whew, you have to really. I can't even imagine. I eventually one day when the timing is right, I do want to have a 100K week. I'm surprised
Yes.
I haven't done it yet after hearing
Yeah.
about it. I'm not competitive by nature, but every now and again something will cross by me and I'll be like, I need to do that.
Well, and see,
Hasn't
it's
hit me
something
yet.
it's something you definitely do for yourself.
Yeah,
It's to push your limits, to
to prove.
see
Yeah.
that you can if you can do it. And
Yeah.
there were 2 posts in the community this week about it because 2 athletes hit it last week.
It's
And it was
crazy.
sort of sad because there were a lot of people in the comments like, how is that possible? How many people are using that account? How many,
Mm.
and then how many hours a day are you doing this? That's a sickness.
Well,
You're obsessed.
if somebody does an actual marathon,
No one's calling them
nobody's
out.
exactly. So is it
Mhm.
because it's quote unquote, I don't like calling Supernatural a game, but since it's
Right.
more gamified, people think it that you can't.
I don't know. I don't
Well,
know, but
that's sad because the if you go and put the time in there to
mhm.
do a Supernatural marathon,
Yeah.
again, you've done it, I have not, but I can only imagine the mental preparedness. Like I think about it probably more often than I would like to admit about doing one. And I think about like getting to 70,000 and being like, I can't do this. I
Yep.
still have 30,000 and I would normally get 20,000 in a week. Like you have to have the right mental
Yep.
space.
You do.
You have to be completely prepared and you have to have a team of people on your side
Yes.
to be with you and help you and push you through this. I know people who've done it alone and not told anybody, like
Yes.
crazy, but I would have to everybody would know that this is what I was doing. I couldn't do it by secret and I would have to have like the biggest cheerleaders keeping
And
me going and
and we
hey,
can
let's
make
get in
that
the
happen for
headset.
you.
Right? I don't know. I don't know. Maybe one day. One day I
Yes.
will.
And I think, any serious let me rephrase this. Anyone who is interested in doing something like that and pushing the boundaries of their athleticism to see where they are, want to train for something like that, I'm your biggest cheerleader for it. I
Hmm.
will cheer you on from The moment you think you want to do it to, no, there's no way I'm doing that, to, I'm doing that, no way I'm doing that. I will cheer you on the whole way. And then while you're doing it, because I think it's when you put your mind to something, to a big goal, and like you mentioned, the mental toughness of not quitting, that's what gets me in, for what gets me going, because I'm like,
Yeah.
I need to prove to myself, this isn't about anybody else but me, that I can do this and I'm not going to give up. And I know those two athletes that hit 100K last week, they went through all of those emotions, all of those thoughts. And then to be met with how many people are using that account, it just made me a little sad, you know?
Yeah. I can
And,
imagine. Yeah.
you
Because you've
know,
done it and you know how it feels to get through it. And I mean, going through and hitting it, I think did you have a party to actually, or did you not? I don't remember, but I mean, it's just a huge accomplishment. Whether
I
you did or
did
didn't, it's a huge
because
accomplishment.
I hit 2
Yeah.
million
Well, you had
at the
parties
same
going
time.
on all week just to
I
keep you in the headset.
it was
Being
our
in there
regular
alone.
it was our regular Sunday party, I believe.
Okay.
Or
Yeah.
I hit the 2 million on Saturday, and I did have a party for that because y'all make me do those things. Because I didn't have one for a million, and you guys were like, "No, no, no, we have to celebrate." And I'm like, "Okay." So I did have it on the Saturday, and then that Sunday I hit the 100K, but I had already scheduled we were already had our scheduled Sunday party. Some of us
Right.
all have parties that we do on certain days, and Sunday was the
Hmm.
day. So it just happened that I was with you guys anyway, and so it worked out perfectly.
It did.
It was a fun
This
week
is
for me.
sweet tea, by the way. Okay. I am
It's
sweet
not
tea.
coffee.
People are like, what's in your cup? It's never ending. You keep drinking it. This is sweet tea. But I did not mean to interrupt. But what I do want to ask you is
Mhm.
when you do a week like that, how do you go back to your regular? Like,
It's
is it
hard.
difficult?
It
Is
is
there
very
like a
difficult.
whole low that you go through of
There's a
like,
super yes. In fact, I didn't experience it as much after my 100K week as I did a few months prior to that. I think I did 50K in a week.
mm,
And I really had you know, your body gets such a rush of endorphins,
mm-hmm.
emotions, all these chemicals, serotonin, all this stuff, and then it's gone. And
Yeah.
you come down, and
Okay.
it was hard for me that first time. So when I did the 100K week, I was aware of it. I knew that my body was going to react that way. And so I
Mm-hmm.
sort of prepared for it. And I got in the headset on Monday morning like I normally would have. Whereas
Okay.
during my 50K week, I was like, well, I'm taking a break on that Monday. And that was probably the worst thing I could do. But there was a
Okay.
lot of ups and downs emotionally for me.
Mm,
And I hear that from a lot of other athletes that do that. You have to
okay.
recover and allow your body to recover and your brain to recover.
Yeah.
But it was definitely searching for those good feeling chemicals in my brain. I was like, oh
Yeah.
gosh, I feel, what am I doing? I need to be doing something. Give me
It's
something.
like the end of competition when
Yes.
competitions are over, like
Mm,
supernatural
right.
competitions is what I'm talking about. And
And then you're like, what do I
they're
do?
over and you've put all this time and effort into usually a 2 week
Hmm.
competition, which kind of by the end you're kind of like, okay, this competition needs to be over. Are we
Yeah.
done with this yet?
Are we
But then
done?
it's
Yeah,
over. And I think a lot of it is because of the community part of
it
it where
is.
you're like so connected to everybody and you're cheering everybody on and everything's, you're watching what this person's doing and they're watching what you're doing and then all of a sudden, Monday morning you wake up and all that's over and you're kind of like, who
What?
am
Yeah.
I? Where
And what
am
do
I?
I do
What am I
now?
supposed to be doing?
Yeah,
So it's probably very similar to
it
that, except
definitely
you're
is.
kind of more alone in a way,
Hmm.
because you weren't doing 100K with a whole group with
Right.
a whole group of people. You were doing
Exactly.
it alone.
And I
So,
think because so I did mine alone, and I know a few other people did theirs alone. Around Christmas time, was it? I think it was the week between Christmas and New Year's, like that dead week where everyone's at home. We
mm-hmm.
had some friends that wanted to go after their own really big goal. Um, and so we created a chat group for it. and we encouraged them and had parties like 24/7 in that group. It became a
Mhm.
whole thing. Lots of people decided they wanted to go after big goals. Um, and they kept the two ladies, our two friends. It was Kayla and Erin. They did, in fact, hit their really big goal,
Mhm.
the most points they'd ever done in a week. Plus, they hit a milestone goal. I can't exactly
Mhm.
remember what it was. I think Erin was 1 million. No, that was closer to her birthday. Okay, I digress. I don't have the best
There
memory
were
all the time.
there were
Yes,
other
there
things
were
that they
lots
hit
of
there. Yeah,
milestones in there, and it was
milestones.
their
Yeah.
first time. And in turn, it inspired so many other people to go
Yeah.
after their own huge milestones,
Yep.
and push past their own comfort zones to accomplish
Mhm.
something they'd never done. And that
Mhm.
is my favorite part. Like seeing someone post in the community that they had a week of 100K, instead of questioning whether they actually did it or how many other people shared that account, go, wow, that's possible. And then, for the first time in your life, you see, oh, wow, maybe I could do this. And then
Yeah.
you start believing you can. Maybe you don't
Mhm.
want to, and that's fine.
Mhm.
Not everyone's going to want to go after some crazy goal. I get that.
But don't
Um,
assume that they didn't do it and they didn't
right.
do their work hard, and don't just get on and see something and assume.
I know. It really deflated me when I saw it yesterday,
Yeah.
um, because they worked so hard for it.
Yeah. I
And
can't, like I said, I haven't done it, and 30K was hard for me. So I can't imagine what it would be like to get on there, and just mentally what it would take to
you
do so.
definitely have to train for it.
I'm not saying I couldn't do it. I
Right.
definitely feel like I mean, I have the endurance. I have
Yes.
3+ years of supernatural under my belt, so I know. I mean, that's another question for you, kind of a squirrel. But did you have like these set workouts that you did, or did you
Mhm.
just do all these random? Did you go look for new ones? Like
I
how
had a
what
little
did you
bit of both.
do? Okay.
Well, I have my lists upon lists upon lists of different workouts, which brings me back to
And
if we had
they're about the
folders.
same. They're about the same for both of
Yeah.
us.
If we had folders in the app, I could keep them there, but no, we don't have
Folders.
folders. I can't save them in a folder that's like high points highs with great choreography or high point lows with great choreography. I can't do and categorize the bookmarks, which I wish we could. So anyway, I do that on my phone. I take screenshots, and I generally know, especially workouts we do often or have done. I mean, I have over 4,000 sessions. So I've done a lot of
Right.
workouts.
Yeah.
I take screenshots of the workouts and save them in a folder on my phone. So, of course, when you're doing 100K, it's a marathon and not a sprint. So,
Mm.
I did a ton of highs and pros, but I also mixed in lots of mediums and lows too, because my body needed it, needed the
Mhm.
rest from the highs and the pros. But
Yeah.
I was going for high points. So, lots of triangles, lots of glutacious workouts.
Yeah.
And I did repeat a lot often, but I only used workouts I love to get
Mhm.
100K. So I didn't go after just the high points high just to do it because it gave me a lot of points. I did it
Right.
because I would pick one I loved versus one that gave me more points, which may mean I ended up staying in the headset longer than some people who have done 100K. It just depends. I went for
You made sure
joy.
you had joy. Yeah.
Yes, because I'm always chasing joy. That's my priority. I'm not doing it if it doesn't bring me joy.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's my philosophy in life. At least I try.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man, one day. I'll do it one day. Man, I can't believe I haven't. Which I guess I didn't know it was a thing.
I don't think we don't. It's not advertised. It's a crazy,
Right.
and you don't want to push people and make people feel like what they do is not enough because it is. You're moving. You're in the
Oh,
headset.
yeah. Yeah.
But setting different goals and having huge goals and huge ideas of what is possible is always a good idea. But
Yeah, I
you
agree.
got to train for it. You got to make
You
sure you're in good
do.
health. You got to make
Please
sure.
don't go in and do
No,
100K without
please don't.
training.
Please don't.
Please do not. And without
Definitely.
a good support system.
Yes, you need a
You
support
gotta have
system. You need a
both.
plan.
Yeah.
You need to make sure your nutrition's on point, your hydrate. It is a dang marathon. So you
Yeah.
need to train for it.
And do it for you because
Yes.
you want to push
Yeah,
yourself to do hard things.
for
Don't do it for
sure.
anybody else.
No, no,
Because I'm
definitely
not going to
not.
get in and do it just because Marla did. Because I'm like, you are crazy, and I'm not doing that. No, I'm kidding. It's amazing. It's an amazing accomplishment,
Yeah,
definitely.
I agree.
Because it just doing 20 to 30K a week takes me a good, 2 hours a day,
Yeah.
every day. And
Yes.
I'm not one that likes to take, this is a controversial topic, but I don't like to take a lot of rest days, or I
Mm.
will have active rest days.
Yes.
So instead of having a day that I don't supernatural at all and get myself out of
The
what's the
routine.
routine,
Yes.
yes. I was about to have to put a what's the word meme up for me because that is my catchphrase. But to have, a routine of going in and, oh wow, I just lost my train of thought. See, that's what I did to myself. What was I saying?
Rest days, active rest
Rest
days.
days, active rest days, yes.
Hmm.
So it's good to go in and have active rest days where you may not do high intensity or
Right.
pros, because those are our favorites. Yes, we know.
But just
But
don't tell others that your plan is to do a bunch of lows and then get in the headset with them because you won't be doing a bunch of lows.
no, you won't. Oh, how many times have we scheduled a party either together, or
Yes.
I've even scheduled my day. Like, I put a bunch of workouts in my list and of my favorites, bumped them up. I'm doing this tomorrow. Somebody's like, let's have a party. And you get in and you do not do what you had planned to do, but it's still, you have so much fun. So
Yes,
yeah,
for
it
sure.
totally happens. So
I think it's important to set goals, realistic goals.
yeah.
And at the time that I decided to do the 100K week, I was sort of in a slump. I was sort of feeling like I'm
Mm.
just going through the motions. Um,
You needed to be challenged a bit.
yes. And it was, yeah, I needed to be challenged. And then now that I think about it, after that, you know how you asked me if there was a real low after I did that 100K week? I did kind of lose my mojo a little bit after that. I still
Mhm.
got in the headset. I went through the motions again, but I was at least doing workouts I loved.
Mm.
And that's when I decided to get super serious about trying to get 100% on a madhouse because I needed the challenge. This is the way that I work. I need a challenge, but it's not good enough to just be like a competition. It has to be something I want to challenge myself with, and it
Yeah.
has to be solely for me.
Yeah.
That's what will motivate me. And like the week that I finally did get 100% accuracy on the madhouse, I thought it was going to take a whole week. I thought I was going to have to play it over and over and over and over and over again. And I finally found something that was going to keep me like, I'm somewhat obsessive and I needed something to focus that obsession to.
Yeah.
No, it didn't take me as long as I thought. I think once I got serious and said, I'm only playing this till I get 100%, it was like 3 days of nonstop. I thought I was going to have to go like 10 full days of playing
Yeah.
and playing and playing. Anyway, that was a great feeling too. But I came down from that,
In
and
my
so,
phone, when I look for my picture where I got my 100% on
yeah.
Return to the Madhouse, your video of getting your 100% is like
Yeah.
right above it or below it for some reason in my phone. And in those two pictures, and the look on our face is,
Yeah.
which yours is a video, but that video, I'll be crying, girl. We're all crying.
I
Because
was crying.
I mean, let's just go ahead and say you were the first person to get 100% accuracy
Yeah.
on any madhouse, let
Yeah.
alone if you've never done Return to the Madhouse. Return to the Madhouse. You were the first person.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
It
You
is
and
really cool.
your cool things that you've done, Marla. Which we've all done cool things, but
Yes. I
You
do
get your
try and
mindset,
I
and I
do.
think what it is you're always needing something, and I think we're all like this too, to push us. You're
Yes.
when you do the thing that you set out to do, you're ready and on to the next thing, and you need
Yes.
something to constantly be pushing you. And I think we should be ever changing in our goals and in our fitness goals. And you know, I'm not saying get in and play at pros only all day every day and hurt yourself, but I'm just
Right.
saying we need just switching it up all the time, looking at something
Yes.
different to challenge us.
Definitely. And I think now that you say that or mention that, I didn't exercise for 30 something years. When I found Supernatural, I didn't work out before that. I didn't exercise at all. And
Mm-hmm.
so sometimes I find myself kind of falling off, like going back into old habits. And when
Mm-hmm.
that happens, I have to find some sort of new way to get me pumped up
Yep.
and motivated to kick my own butt, and
Let's
prove
go.
exactly and reprove to myself you are capable of doing all these things.
Yeah.
I once I get in the headset and I'm in there, or even I walk daily and do all these things. Once I'm doing it, I'm very happy. But getting in there and doing it sometimes is just so hard,
Yeah.
and I have to find new ways to do that. So that's why I challenge myself to random things. And speaking of that, I have sort of lost some mojo for Supernatural, or I should say I've been making a lot of excuses. I've been very busy and a lot of things in life.
Yeah.
And instead of making my 45-minute to an hour workout non-negotiable, I kind of put it on the side because I'm just like, because I
Yeah.
don't have anything super exciting to challenge myself with it.
To
If I'm
push
going to
you.
be
Yeah.
honest,
Yeah.
I don't know what to do now.
It's not that you don't love Supernatural anymore and your love for
No,
Supernatural is
definitely
gone. I mean,
not.
I could tell
No.
you, let's go in right now
Oh, yeah.
and
Like, I want to wrap
do
this podcast up so we can go work out.
yeah, because today's workouts, they look good.
They do. I want to do the boxing.
Well, let's go then. Bye. No.
See you guys. Thanks for
See ya,
coming.
bye.
No.
No, we're not done yet. We have to at least, I mean, every podcast has to get longer. So this one's going to have to be 3
gosh, I
hours.
just realized. Oh,
We're
man.
kidding. So anyway, sorry. I probably
But
just ruined your
yes,
train
I
of thought.
definitely need something. It's not that I don't love Supernatural, because I do. It's the only thing that has kept me
Yeah,
active.
we've tried the other apps. We're not going to talk
yes.
about them.
Yes.
But
We've tried lots of other
we don't
ones.
go back. I mean, we go
No.
back, but we don't. Supernatural is our daily.
Yes.
And if we want to try another app, we have to do it first so that
Mhm.
Supernatural can be our reward.
Yes, exactly. Because like what we'll do is we'll go in and do Supernatural first, and then we're like, well, let's just do another one. Let's do another one. And then we're just too tired to go into the other apps. But
Yes.
yeah, I need something new. So if anyone has any ideas,
Well, I mean,
instead
we
of
didn't
change
do
Marla's mind,
Yeah.
and because I haven't really thought of anything to change my mind about, but I need some sort of new challenge or something that I can hyper focus on.
Yes. Find us on Facebook, For the Love of the Map. And is it podcast or just For the Love of the Map? My brain
For
just
the Love
had
of the Map.
For the Love of the Map. Go on, find our Facebook group and
Maybe it is
I mean, both
podcast.
of us. Is it? Anyway, you'll find us. Just find us. Just go find us. And we need challenge both of us, not just Marla. I mean, I need challenges too sometimes.
Yeah, you do. Well, I always drag you into my challenges. I'm always like, okay, Julia, come hang out with me.
You're not as competitive as you. I'm just not. And but I can get a little bit competitive.
You can,
but it just takes a lot more.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm always on. I'm on your shirt tails, hanging on. I'm let's go. Like, I don't know what's happening, but you're
going. My biggest supporter. You show up and do horrible workouts with me when they're assigned.
Hey, that's how we find the good stuff, because we found freeze frame.
Yeah, freeze frame is so good. It came up in my memories the other day because I had recorded it and posted it in my stories, like talking about how good the choreography is. Mm-hmm. It's only in a Monster 80s, and
I'll put it
if you
in.
know us.
I'll
if you
put
know
it in,
us.
but you
Thank
have to
you.
play the whole thing.
You had to play the whole thing to get to free, but it's worth
Almost.
it. I
It's not the
promise.
last song, but it's like the
It's
third
the
to last or
yes or
but
second to
freeze
last.
frame
Mm-hmm.
choreography.
It's so
It's
fun,
something.
y'all. It's
But
so
would we
fun.
still like it now? We haven't done it in a while.
I have. I played it about 2 months ago.
Ooh, it was still good.
Someone picked it out. Yes, yes. It was still just as
Could
fun.
we
I was
have it in a quick
giggling.
hit?
I wanted in a quick hit. They gave it to us in a quick hit, or but in a low. And I was like, no, no, no. We
What?
need the high. We need a
Freeze
high.
frame? Have you
Mhm.
listened to the song? Should not even be a low.
Right? It's so
It's
good.
a high
It is
or
so
a
good.
prose.
Mhm.
What if they just made it a prose?
I would love freeze frame in a pro. Oh my brain has just exploded. I'm like, oh
Listen,
man.
it's probably good that we're not in charge of anything
Freeze frame.
supernatural. We would be putting out all kinds of crazy
Oh
stuff.
man. Yeah.
We would have new joy balls like Valentine's Day. There would have been hearts.
We should have been had
exploding.
hearts. Yes. Yes.
We
need
would have
hearts.
folders.
Yeah, folders.
We're not
for
complaining.
sure.
We love supernatural. But I mean,
Mhm.
doesn't everyone have something that they're like, if I was in charge, we would have this?
Yeah. I know everyone does. And you know what? I am also so happy that Supernatural is here and the app and that we can use it
Yes.
the way that we do. I'm very happy with it. And I know that they're improving.
Thing. Yeah,
It is
it's
the
only
only
thing that
thing.
has kept me active. I mean, I know you said you weren't active. I was active on and off, but I never found anything that kept me.
Right.
Like I would run on a treadmill for a week and then I would put my clothes on it. So there was never anything active wise. And there was a period of time, this should be a whole nother podcast, that I've kind of lost myself and I didn't take care of myself. But I've never stuck to anything like this.
Yeah, same.
It's and to when I mean, I think it was Friday. I was working out and I'm like, this is just crazy. I think I probably have some of the weirdest thoughts. I'm probably not the only one, but I put this thing on my head, and I know we joke and call it a white box, but you're looking, seeing, hitting things with your bat that aren't really even real. You're not even really in this place. These targets aren't really real, but they are. Like the
Mm-hmm.
whole thing just blows my mind. The technology of it blows my
It
mind.
brainwashes you.
Yeah.
That
And
was
when I was playing on a Saturday night, my son was dropped off by a friend, and they could see me through the front door. And Zach said, "Mom, they were laughing at you. They could see you. They could see you boxing." I think I was boxing at the time, and I didn't care. I couldn't
no.
see them. I don't care who sees me while I'm doing
Right.
Supernatural.
I'm the same
But
way.
if
I don't
I'm
care.
in here running on a treadmill, I don't want anyone to see me.
Yeah.
If I put a DVD in of me doing some type of, workout off of YouTube or, what do we used to do, like Zumba, I would
Yeah.
be mortified if anyone saw me doing that because I could see them, I think.
Yeah.
But I don't care who sees me while I do. I told you I would go to Walmart, set up shop, give me a whole thing where nobody could get close to me because I will beat you up with my arms.
I'll beat you up with my arms. Have you seen Julia's arm muscles? Yes. You would get in there and kick some butt.
I would, but set me up. Give me some fans though, and make sure nobody can touch me because you go in a public place, somebody may try to.
Yeah, you need a bouncer. I need to come.
Do. Okay.
And I'll make sure
we'll
no
take
one
turns.
comes around you, and I'll make sure the path is clear. Stand back.
But I'm
stand
like,
back.
they could choose the workout, and I'll just do it. But then what if they chose a bad one? Oh, we've gone off to another squirrel. I'm set up in Walmart doing Supernatural.
Doing Supernatural. Oh gosh.
Oh, where have we gone with this conversation?
We mention bad workouts often, and really, look, all workouts are good workouts in the sense that you're moving your body, right?
Yeah,
and you're working out. 2020 workouts. This is not the first time I've mentioned this. We're spoiled now because
spoiled.
The choreography has evolved, obviously, been innovative. So we talk about bad 2020 workouts, but it's only because of what is out now. Yeah. That's all you had when you started. When I started,
all I knew.
Right. When I started, it was 2021. So that's the workouts that I knew and I loved it. I mean, it got me hooked, got you hooked.
Yeah.
So we joke about bad old workouts, but at the same time, it
You give me a badly mapped, that's not even how I want to word that. You give me something that we say is not like our most favorite choreography, and that's what I have, then that's better than
than
nothing
nothing.
because I
Yes.
love Supernatural that
100%.
much. I think
Yes,
that's kind of
100%.
what you were getting at.
It is exactly where I was.
I
Thank you
mean,
for taking that from my
I
brain.
would I would miss what I love though.
Yes.
I want that stuff too. But it, I think that's what you're trying to say is Supernatural. I got in December 2020 and I don't even remember what all workouts I did. I did a bunch of them, just trying them out, and because it blew my mind, but I loved it. I mean,
Right.
it drew me in, and that wasn't even what we have today. I think that's
Right.
what you were trying to say.
Yes, that
So,
is exactly what I'm trying to say.
and
So
could you
even
imagine
though,
getting in for what and doing for the first time what we have today?
well, it is much harder. It's a
It
lot
is harder. It's a
more
lot more.
difficult to keep up with the pattern, because you're
Yeah.
learning all these things all at once. And so I try and put myself in a new person's shoes, like getting in, doing triangles and lunge, all the lunges and the
Yeah.
squats. And obviously there's tons of complex patterns and stuff.
Yeah. Yeah.
It must be really difficult for them at first because, there wasn't a lot of complexity when we first
No,
started.
I mean, seriously, we had a squat triangle, a lunge, and a lunge triangle, and
Yes.
that was it. And then
Yes.
you had your one big tall triangle, and then you had the targets. There wasn't even boxing, which is
Right.
crazy to some people. Like, I didn't even have boxing. I
No.
had to like learn box. I had to, it was just like this thing that was new. And it was like, I don't like this at first. Well, whole nother podcast about boxing. But, we just had flow and we barely had tails. There wasn't a whole lot of
No.
complexity there. There
Mm-mm.
wasn't. It was just targets. You squat, you lunged, and you hit the targets. And it just wasn't, I mean, it just wasn't what it is today, but it was
No.
still fun.
It really was.
You're
It
still
still is. Yeah.
moving to the music
Yeah.
and hitting, it's that beat driven, fitness,
Yeah.
the music
The
and
best
the,
kind.
oh, so good.
So we should totally talk about the workouts of the week.
We should. Or we'll
Confession
go out, we'll stay on a
again.
tangent. What did you do,
I'm
Marla?
confessing. I only did 2 workouts of the week last week.
Marla.
Yes, and that's okay because this is really Julia's segment, and I just chime in every once in a while.
My segment. I don't know. I think this is both of our segments. We're talking
Yeah.
about choreography. So, I mean, whoever does them talks about them. All right. Monday, rap attack. All right. I saw this rap attack and it's a medium intensity flow with Mark. Lightning strikes twice. I didn't like the music, so I decided that I wasn't going to do it. But then a couple of days later, I didn't do everything on time this week, but I did do everything. Or not everything. Oh, maybe I did do everything. Anyway, it's fine. Um wasn't my favorite rap music, but I did it. This set has really good choreography. So here's the thing where we say good music, not good choreography. Not our favorite music, but the choreography made up for it and made it really fun. It kept me engaged. The third song, Pop That, I really thought that it was a glutacious workout during that workout. I was
During
like,
that
wait,
song, you were like,
was
huh?
this? Oh, yeah, during that song. I was like, wait, was this labeled glutacious? The third song, whoever put that together was feeling themselves and they needed us to be low. Okay. um, the last two were not as glutacious because I was getting scared for my booty after the third song. I was like, oh no, 2 more of this.
Oh no.
Yeah, but Pop That and Barbie Tings. I don't know how you
Yeah.
say these things. I'm
You
not,
did it right the first time.
oh, good. I don't remember what I said. Those were my favorite too. Like I said, not my favorite rap music, but
Yeah.
it was a good one. And what did you say when you did it? This
I
was one
did
of the
do it.
two.
This was one of the 2 because it was rap, and I was like, all right. I said it is a solid M. Nothing whoa, but fun.
Nothing whoa.
Nothing whoa. That was my thoughts. That was my notes.
So when you had your booty on the ground doing all that booty work, you weren't whoa then?
No.
All right.
I was thinking to myself, oh, I'm going to get good points for all these triangles.
That's right. Triangles in Marla's world equals points.
Yes.
Maybe we should have a shirt. Triangle equals points.
All the triangles, please.
So on Tuesday, we had a medium boxing mood booster. Oh, we love mood boosters.
Yes. And I did this one.
You did
this one.
Ooh, so you did Monday and one from Monday and one from Tuesday.
But not on Monday and Tuesday.
Oh,
but
see, I didn't do these on the right days either.
We do them when we want.
That's
fine.
Right. We do what we want. Nobody can tell us what to do.
That's right.
This was with Dwana, 14-minute boxing mood booster called Retro Refresh. Of course, you see the music again. You see it, and you're kind of like retro.
But you've learned. Yeah, you've learned. You're like, oh, it's refreshed. Hold on. Let me read the description. Yes. And then you see it's remixed. Okay, I'll give it a chance. It's remixed. I got this.
So we never did put into place our Joy Ball system, and I feel like we need to do that.
Okay.
Like a Joy Ball rating. Maybe we'll get this in place next week. I don't know, but I think that this was my second favorite workout
of the week. Oh, yeah. Look at you!
It was so fun, so upbeat, so dancey. I love a dance box when you can actually get to dancing and boxing, and it had a ton of movement. The remixes were great. I loved this, and I will do it again. I actually saved it in my favorites, and I want to do this one again. I haven't done it a second time this week because I was doing other things, but I will definitely. This is one I'll remember and revisit. So, and the cover art, love the cover art. It always, I like to. We're visual people.
We are very visual people.
The pretty things. So.
Yes, we do. And I saved this one. We love a mood booster. Mm-hmm. Give us a joy workout. Give us a mood booster. Give us a madhouse. We like all those.
Cha-ching. I was going to get my dollars out and put them in the cup and I forgot. Oh, well.
After, we need to change that to like little tiny houses because it got me thinking like all my money is going to be going into that jar. True. Because we say that so much.
We do.
Maybe we could like collect little tiny houses, and then after that, I don't know, make something with it. I have no idea what we'll do.
We'll play Monopoly together with our hotels because that's what they are. They're Monopoly hotels.
Listen, if we play Monopoly, you know what's going to happen? I'm going to knock the table over. The board is going to go flying.
She's one of those.
I am one of the. I don't want to play board games, and especially Monopoly. Okay, scroll.
Always win.
It's true. It's true.
She's competitive. I am not.
I am pretty competitive. I am. I once thought
I'll
I
let
was
you
not.
win. It's fine.
Oh, no. Now it's on. She just said she would let me win. Now we got to play Monopoly.
I don't know. I'm pretty fierce at some Monopoly, so.
I am not. I don't like board games. I don't like them.
Are they boring? Okay. We should move on.
And they take forever. Like I lose. Yeah. You get me for an hour.
But wait, I have Monopoly Go.
Is that faster?
Yes.
Like what is it?
It's really fun. You need to go look for it.
Julia.
I think that's what it's called now. I need to go search. Have I told everybody the wrong thing? I think that's what it's called. But it's a faster version of Monopoly. It's really fun if you haven't.
I don't believe you. I just don't. Board game. People try and get me into board games. Anyway, back to the mood booster. Because I did
they
this
clicked
one.
Away?
Yeah, they're gone. They're gone. They're
like,
boy.
Okay,
we're done here.
We're going to keep talking, though. They can't stop us.
I agree with you. It had tons of movement. Lots of movement with the slip bars. And it went to the beat. It was so good. There was this... So at one point, I had 3 portals out. Okay. And this isn't 3 portal magic where things are coming at you all at free, from each portal. There's just 3 portals, but it would have you turning like right for a block, then to the middle, and you would do a slip, and then
Oh yeah, this one did
over for
that.
another block, and you would be going in between all 3 portals with defensive movements, then to a hit. Absolutely love that. Absolutely
Mm-hmm.
love that. Listen, I don't know if y'all know this about me or not, but I have this saying, like, forward facing sucks the joy out of life. Like, I need spins and turns. Yes, I do need that on a shirt. Maybe I will make that on a shirt, actually. And there's this funny picture of me when I did a side by side where I had to do it forward facing because I was doing it in a group, and the group wanted to do it forward facing. Blah, 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 blah. And then me doing the same workout, but with spins on, and my face is all happy. The other one, I'm just so bored.
Yep.
Anyway, I'm glad that that is there, that feature, for people who are in small paces or have, my cat. Oh no.
Like limited space.
Yes, limited space, or like I know some people get motion sickness.
Oh
So
yeah, yeah.
that's a thing. And my cat, oh gosh, guys. Oh no. So
See, my
sorry.
cat came in here earlier and was meowing. So you may have heard him and I was like, I did not close the door. Oh, kitty cat.
You guys, I'm so sorry.
Do you need to take care of kitty cat? We can wait
No,
just a
no.
second.
He's
Okay.
he's good. He's good. I
That's
hope.
funny.
Back to the boxing workout. Yes. So it had that blocking targets. Loved that. And the very last song, Staying Alive, had the disco joy ball. And I thought
Disco
that
joy
was
ball.
absolutely perfection. It was so nice. It was so fun. It was definitely a mood booster. Oh, here we go again. Oh gosh. Oh no. I'm so sorry, y'all.
We
Um,
love animals. Let them
Come here,
be.
Tater. Tater's like, hey guys,
Let me
I hear
be
Marla
the
talking on this thing all the time, so let me talk.
podcast cat.
Come here, Tater. Oh geez, he's gonna bite the mic, y'all. Oh gosh. Oh man.
Oh no.
There we go. Okay. Okay. Sorry. Anyway, back to
We're good.
workouts.
We're good. It happens. This
Okay.
is real life, you guys. This is our real life.
It is
We
real
have
life.
real lives. No, I'm kidding. Okay, so Wednesdays, the guinea pig workout. People
I
are
did
calling
not
these
do it.
hamsters. These are guinea pigs, okay?
Are they?
Well, it's just one guinea pig on
One
there,
guinea
but
pig.
this is a guinea pig. And sizzling center, this is 10 joy balls, okay? Is it to 10 or is it to 5? I don't know what our joy ball rating system
I
needs to
don't know
be.
if it's going to be 1 to 10 or 1 to 5.
This was my favorite. And two boxing. No
Yeah.
no flow for my highest joy ball.
Interesting.
Yes. Okay, this one does not have a lot of spins. I think it's pretty much forward facing. I don't think you go
Really?
much, just to the very one or two portals over and that's it. But it got your abs. It does what it says it's going to do. So let me finish. Mindy, high boxing, 18 minutes, abslicious, sizzling center from Wednesday. So good. Now, one of our friends did this and she was like, not a good one. Did not like it. So I almost didn't do it. But see, I see absilicious and I
And
have to.
you have to do it.
My favorite muscle to engage is my abs. And I always call it out if something gets my abs. So I had to do this. And I'm like, well, what was so bad about it? That looks like a great playlist. It's just the mood. Sometimes you're in a mood and you're not feeling something. So we made our friend Julie go do it again. Well, you didn't do anything. I made Julie go do it again. Maybe I didn't. She just went and did it again. She was like, wait, you liked it? Because I came in the group and I'm like, Julie, I don't know why you didn't like it because it's good and you have to like it. So she did it again. She said it was really good. But it's very ab focused, like it should be. If it says absilicious,
Yeah, it should
it
be ab
better
focus movement.
be
Yeah,
ab
for sure.
focused. I don't want to get out and be like, no, you didn't do anything for my abs here. Lots of fast slips. Now, this is where it makes up for the lack of spinny movement. All the slips. I love fast slips, so fast that you could barely get your shoulders in them things. That's what gets your abs. It was so good.
But were they moving
Multi-portal
you
work.
between okay, this was my question. Were they moving you between portals when you
The
were doing
slips
the
were
fast
not.
slips? Okay.
The slips were not, but there were targets that did.
Hmm.
You had a target that came at you, to punch in the front of you, and then you had one that came from the two portals on the outsides.
Okay, okay.
So that made you really, really lean and not spin, but twist your body
Yeah.
and use your abs because you stayed forward facing, but you twisted more to hit that target that was just kind of right outside of your portal. So yeah, that happened a lot in every single song. It had some one arm work where you would do one arm hooks and you would do like 4 in a row. It was
Mhm.
kind of weird feeling at first, but if you do them properly and really twist your body into them, I'm telling you, this is all abs. Very fast targets, made me very sweaty. I went to my favorites right away. Supernatural got an email, and I was like, yes, thank you. They probably read it and was like, why did she email us? But I have to tell them now. I've gotten into
Yeah.
the
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 rating.
flow. Is if
Yep.
it's good, I'm gonna even email them. Like if it was so good that I want to do it again right after, and I've done this one twice last. I did it twice last week. It is a new favorite boxing ab workout for me. Really
Oh
good. You
no.
should do it.
My cat
You'll
is
have to catch
coming
it.
back. I
Oh
might
no,
have to
the
step
cat.
away and let him
It's okay.
out of my room. Just
We
so y'all
can
know.
always have a
If I
little pause if
disappear,
we need to and come
then
back.
you can put a fake
I'll put a
me on
stick
the
figure,
screen.
Marla.
Uh-huh.
Thank you.
Until I come back.
Oh my. I'll just keep it going. Just do
Okay.
what you need to do.
Okay.
Okay, then is this on Wednesday too? The drop. Low flow from Wednesday was I didn't label that as another day. That must still be on Wednesday with Leanne 20-minute. Let's see. Oh, the playlist was great. This week's playlist on everything seemed so good to me. It was a very heavy-handed knee strike boxing. Wait a minute. Was this
No.
boxing?
No, that was a flow.
Where did this go? Oh, I wrote Thursday's knee strike. What happened? Oh no, have I messed up?
My cat knocked over the notes. So we might not
There's no more notes. The notes are bad.
Yeah, and
Oh no, it's a flow. I wrote boxing instead of flow. This was a knee strike flow.
okay.
I'm reading further into my notes. They've probably clicked away so long ago. Are they still
We're
here? Oh my
professionals.
goodness. We
We're
are professionals, we
professionals.
promise. Okay, this was a very heavy handed knee strike flow. So I do not recommend you doing this one with the knee strikes off. And we did have a friend that did it with the knee strikes off, and she said she was kind of just standing there and triangles were coming at her because when you turn knee strikes off, they
Yeah.
turn into triangles. And so please don't do this one if you don't. But I loved the knee strikes in this one. It was a low and I loved it. Um, all the triangle movements, it had some ab work in there also. You know me and ab work. The music was great. And I hope we see knees like this and other intensities. And of course, I emailed Supernatural after and told them, please give us knee strikes like this and other intensities. It was so good. So Thursday we had a low boxing monster uplifting uppercuts. Now, sometimes in a boxing in a low and you see a monster, that's a big commitment. So for someone who does not like to partial workouts, but I was like, okay, I'm gonna jump into this one with Juana. It was a great boxing. It was
Really?
really good. It had a great playlist again. Now, if you look at some of the songs in here, they are almost identical. Some of them to the joy workout that we like with the low flow with life in color. You know which one I'm talking about? That
The
low
home,
joy.
it's a mood
Yeah,
booster.
home Geronimo mood
We
booster. Yeah,
call it
not
a
joy mood
joy, but
booster.
it's a mood
Yeah,
booster.
it's a mood booster. This had those same songs in it and plus
Oh.
more
Yeah.
other great songs. So when I got done with this one, it really made me want to go do that. But all the songs are great. Very uplifting boxing. Duana's coaching was great through the whole thing. It went by very fast for a monster. I was shocked. I was done
Hmm.
with it in no time, and usually a low kind of drags on,
Right.
Um, there were a lot of uppercuts because this was an uppercut workout. You focused on uppercuts.
Hmm.
So it was a great way to focus on form and power. And I really enjoyed this boxing. Then we had a sweat symphony. Sweat symphonies are my favorite because when I started Supernatural, there were a lot more sweat symphonies than there are now. And just flowing to that type of music is not something that you would think would be enjoyable. You would think it'd just kind of be weird. I love me a sweat symphony. So this one was also very good. I highly recommend the 19-minute sweat symphony. What does it say? Revel in the Romantic. Medium flow with Leanne. It was very good. I said the first song was very flowy. I loved the battle ropes. I forgot about those. There were battle rope
Oh.
in the flow. Loved the tails movement and choreography in the third song. And I'm saying first song, third song, and I should be saying the names, but hard to pronounce.
Oh
The
man.
last song, Symphony Number 3 in C minor, was very long. It was a 7-minute, 41-second song.
Really?
Yeah,
Wow.
but it had beautiful flow tails. It had lots of speed changes, lots of dramatic parts.
Mm.
Think about, like an orchestra situation. But it was long. It was long, but it was a good one. Highly recommend if you like a sweat symphony. And then Saturday's high intensity boxing with Coach Mark, 22 minutes. It has that song Hangover in it. And that's the
Mm.
same song they played when they announced Knee Strikes, the one with Rainier. Got
Oh,
a
really?
hangover. Oh, I sang for
Oh,
the first time
that's
on the
your like
podcast.
dream one. You
Yes.
did.
So when I saw this, it's in a boxing, not a flow, but this did have knee strikes in it.
Hmm.
Weren't my favorite knee strikes. I
They
ended up,
weren't your knee
uh,
strikes, huh?
if anybody watched me do this workout, like if I was at Walmart doing this, they would probably be like, what is this lady doing? I was punching the knee strikes, punching up on them. It does not work. They were flying.
So what were
You have
you
to
like
punch.
getting
You have to
really low
punch
down?
down. Yeah, you have to punch down on them
I need a
to make
video.
them explode. I was punching up on them and they were just flying, and it was actually making me laugh so hard. I was kicking them.
Oh,
I was
wow.
just not doing anything to them. I was like doing my hip at
Yeah.
them. I don't know why, and it could have been my mood, but the
I
playlist was great. But yeah, you should definitely try to uppercut the
Okay.
knee. They just go flying.
I'll try.
Just It's very fun if you
It's
need a little
very fun.
frustration. Um, Low and this one was crazy. Like it was the fastest boxing one in this
Mm.
workout. Made me want to go do boss moves. And so you know what I did?
Hmm.
After it was over, I went and I did boss moves.
Yeah.
Boss moves is so good.
It's too fun.
Again, not my favorite knee strike, but Mark talked about something very weird. He's talked about how the portals were closer in this workout. And so if you heard him say that, and if you noticed that the portals were closer, like come to our page and we'll have a discussion about it, because I'm like, were they actually closer, or was he just like they looked closer to him in the moment, or were the portals moved
Hmm.
closer in this workout, or just in that song? Like it really makes your brain stop functioning for a minute and you miss targets and you're like, what?
Then all
Wait.
you're paying attention. I think it's
Yeah.
Mark pranking all of us.
You think he was
Then
pranking
I think
us?
he's like, let's make sure they lose 100% accuracy here.
That's probably what it was anyway, because I was uppercutting these strikes.
Oh man.
So anyway,
I don't
again,
know. I've never. Can they do that? I don't know. I don't know. But it's weird.
now I need to pay attention. But
Was
one
it a
thing I
high?
didn't do is a high boxing. Yeah, because Saturday is either a high boxing or high flow. So
Science. We need
I
to
have
record.
no
We need to
idea.
experiment. We need to test this. Is
Yeah,
it
because
really
now
closer? We need a tape measure.
yeah, and I
How
didn't
would
do
you
any
do
more
that?
workouts. I didn't work out yesterday, which was Sunday. So I needed. I'm like, do I have to do this one again? I don't know.
I don't
It
know.
wasn't my favorite, so
You
I don't
can't
want to.
because Euclid is doing a bracket style based on workouts. And
Oh,
they're naming the number one workout. It's like
oh
March
no.
Madness style bracket. And we
Okay.
have workouts to do. Our favorites that have to stay in the bracket. Like we can't let Return to the Madhouse not continue to move on, right? So we need to be
Well, what's it
doing
up against?
workouts. It's
We've
up
gone on
against
another
another really
squirrel.
good. I think it's up
Oh
against another
no.
really good favorite workout. I can't remember off the top of my head. All I know is we need to do boss moves, which you did and turned in.
I
We need
did.
to
I
do
turned it
boss
in.
moves. We need to do Return to the Madhouse, and we need to do Earn It. Like
Oh, earn
those
it.
three have to continue moving on.
Yeah. Yeah. Nothing bad can win. Who's
I think
deciding all this? We should.
the
We should be
people
the
in
last
that
decider.
in
I
Euclid.
know. I'm joking.
And they pick everyone in Euclid could pick out workouts to submit for this, and so that's how it started. And it's like 68 workouts, so 32 are going up against each other, and it will move on and move on and move on. We have till Friday to do what we want to move on.
Oh
But anyway,
man.
so yes, no, we cannot go play science and test to see
Okay.
if
No
Mark.
science.
No, we have to make sure the good workouts move on.
We have to make sure our favorites win.
We have to do our part. We can't be mad if our favorites don't move on if we're not willing to do them. See what I'm saying?
Well, they will always move on and be with us no matter what happens.
Yes.
In our hearts. I was going to say in our hearts, but like, that's so cheesy.
I'll be cheesy for us.
Okay.
Okay. Sorry, squirrel. Go.
No, it's fine. We can do what we want. This is our podcast, and we can
It's
see
true.
all the squirrels that we want.
It's
So,
true.
I mean, nobody's telling us what to do, Marla. No one's telling us what to do. We have
My
no.
cat is trying to tell me what to do.
Well, that's very true. Shouldn't we have someone like making sure we're doing what we're supposed to be doing at all times? We're free ranging. Okay.
We're free raging.
So, weekly workout suggestion time.
Yes.
So, this one, I don't know why in my brain I can't think of. I'm going to have to do this one when we get off the podcast because you're going to have to talk about it. And this is what I'm supposed to be talking. I'm like, what? So it is. Go ahead and tell them what it is. Yeah,
it's been a while since I've done it. Okay, first of all,
22? It's a 22.
Yeah, I went far back. It was one of the first-ish boxing workouts.
Okay.
I remember when it came out, and I did it because Tommy wrote a whole post about it and how much he hates boxing, but he did this workout and something clicked for him that it was a lot of fun. And when I saw this workout, I was like, I want to box to this music. It's like, what?
Freak,
why?
soul.
I'm not a super freak fan typically. But dude, this workout is so good. It lends itself to boxing.
Okay.
But it's Coach Doc. Yes. Yeah. My boy Coach Doc just goes in with the coaching. Like he makes some comments that really clicked for me when it came to boxing and totally changed my boxing form for the better because of this workout. Anyway, it's one of those workouts where you don't expect to like it because of the music. Maybe it's not your jam. The choreography is really good. It really gets your abs, Julia. There's a couple songs in there where you'll be like,
well,
oh, Marla.
Everyone, now everyone has to go do it. So
yes. So I'd love to hear what you guys think about it. It is an older one. We will always suggest an older one. And don't forget to rate it when you are done. It's so important.
Rate the workout.
Is this the rate the workout dance? Is this what we're doing?
They should not allow. You should not allow me to make these things up.
Look to the left after you're done your workout. Before you hit the home screen, when your workout card's in front of you, look to the left. Rate it. Not for me. Liked it, loved it, and then pick all the little subcategories that apply to your feelings on this. If you hit other, they will prompt you for an email. They will automatically email you, and then you can word vomit all your suggestions. If you liked it, all your thoughts, and they would be happy to listen to it.
Definitely.
For sure.
Rate the workouts. So We're so glad that you guys tuned in with us today. We went rogue today. We had all kinds of exciting things happen, but we're so glad that you were here and you tuned in. And
don't forget, I dropped my phone with my notes, so let's see if I can remember this. And don't forget, the real joy and love of Supernatural comes from the journey you go on.
bye.
Bye. Thanks for joining us on today's episode of For the Love of the Map. As always, you can join the discussion on our Facebook and Instagram profiles. The links can be found in the description box below. If you find value in our content, we'd appreciate if you'd share this show with your friends. See you guys next week.